This music isn't the kind that I listened to when I was a kid.
Well, what did you listen to at the time? Couldn't have been that good, otherwise it'd still be around.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say. Music is a crucial element that's often overlooked in video games. Typically on channels like this, the story and gameplay are what's focused on when it comes to video games themselves. While these games are often considered well based on that they tell a good story, the music that accompanies them is also what helps to build a scene. The best way I can think of describing this is simply from movies. Think of any movie that has music involved, and you'll likely find that the song is one of the first things that come to mind.
Like, what's up, danger?
Even just showing this one scene from Up, it's likely that your first thought was of the music that's typically involved. Of course, since Disney is all protective of their music, you'll have to listen to this instead, but you can still feel the emotion, the raw energy that was involved in this scene. The heartbreak that was overcoming with Ellie and Carl through all of their love. Now, I'm going to be straightforward about this. I am not a musical expert. I took choir for a year in high school, but if you were to ask me about anything that I learned in that class, you'd get nothing from me. We mainly just talked to one another about our other classes until the week before a performance, where we would then start to come up with choreography. It was honestly a lot of fun, though. But while I may not know a lot about music, I do know what makes a good song and what doesn't. I may not know music, but I do know storytelling. I became curious as to the history behind video game music, but more importantly, I wanted to focus on how video game music has impacted the musical world itself. So, what was the first song to ever grace the ears of gamers? Well, I've been keeping you suspended for long enough. I present to you the place where video game music began. Play the song! I promise it gets more exciting than this. So Pong was the first video game to have sound in it, which... cool. I don't know why the sound had to have been... But a little bit later we got... just a bit better with Space Invaders. Yeah, the early years of video game music isn't anything groundbreaking. Many games simply had a small musical number with it, like Pac-Man or just some simple sound effects. The Atari 2600, though, Dave did move things a little further with the inclusion of Journey songs in their game, Journey Escape. Of all things to learn about on this adventure, I wasn't expecting Journey to have a game, but here we are. This was mainly the time when 8-bit and 16-bit music was the big thing, mainly because it was the only thing gaming systems at that time could make. This kind of music, like the one you're hearing now, seems to invoke a sense of nostalgia into people, including those who haven't even played the game when they originally came out. Any kid in the 80s and 90s could easily tell you where these pieces came from, but those who played these games later in time could also tell you that these pieces mean so much to them. 8-bit music just invokes this feeling for people. What I love about this kind of music is that it's still used today. Undertale and Deltarune, both games made by the same person, Toby Fox, incorporate 8-bit music in a way that not many games of the time or since have done. There's so many memorable tunes in both games, and they just use 8-bit music. People, myself included, absolutely love this kind of music, simply because of the nostalgic feel that they bring to people. Fast forward a bit more in time, and with the advancements of technology, music is now able to be played in a clearer manner. Rather than sticking with digitized music, full orchestras can now make an arrangement that can be heard within a video game. In 1998, the video game Heart of Darkness came out, and it used a full live orchestra to make the music for the game. This is where I think video game music really took a huge leap forward. With technology now being able to play these kinds of songs, music can now be used as a storytelling tool, rather than just something that's cued on in the background. And what better game to show music as a storytelling tool is there than Journey? I recently completed this game and went in virtually blind. I had no idea what to do, and it made me feel really alone. What helped me to feel this way was the music that I could hear playing in the background. I wasn't sure how I was supposed to feel, but when I heard the soft sounds of wind and the air instruments being used, I knew that I was supposed to feel alone, but hopeful. Journey is one of the many video game soundtracks that I actually return to. The music's quiet, it allows me to focus. Overall, it has a very calm feeling about it. While the game already tells an amazing story, the music helps push the story forward. Now, while we're on this topic, a big element of video game music is that it allows the player to focus on the game itself. In fact, many have begun to find that video game music allows them to focus on whatever they're working on, not just a video game. Mario Kart recently made its rounds on YouTube as music that people could listen to in order to work faster. I'm sure you've seen these kinds of videos before. Mario Kart music to study/work fast. Fast Mario Kart music, more productive work. 2 hours of Mario Kart music, study motivation. What made it incredible to me was that it actually kind of worked. I find myself listening to these videos from time to time whenever I'm working on something. They have a fast tempo and they're just enjoyable to listen to. When playing the game, it's exciting to see what the next track may be, and you may find yourself completely in the zone. Personally, there's many games that allow me to do just about the same, such as Kingdom Hearts and Hollow Knight, but this is definitely one of the best. Now, video game music is always considered to be a separate category from music itself. You never hear someone bring up video game music when talking about genres they like. This is where gaming companies took an approach that made games feel just a bit more authentic. Licensed music. Like this one. And also, yeah, so licensed music is something that can get a lot of YouTubers in trouble, but for the normal player, these songs sometimes give a breath of fresh air. It's great to hear real songs in games if they make sense. For instance, in the Grand Theft Auto games, sure, you turn on the radio and you'd expect to hear songs that you know. Tony Hawk Pro Skater also uses licensed music. Evil Eye, No Cigar, When Worlds Collide. These songs help build the world into something that feels more authentic. Streamers also don't have to worry anymore about their streams or videos getting taken down simply because of these songs. Many game publishers have found a good workaround. While some make new songs that replace the licensed music, such as with Hi-Fi Rush, others just opt to not put any music on at all, such as within Life is Strange. I don't feel like I have to say this, but gaming companies don't do that. Today, it's no doubt that video game music has come a long way. In fact, in 2023, the Grammys added an additional award for Best Score Soundtrack for video games and other interactive media. Video games have been nominated for music awards before at the Grammys, but this was the first time that they had their own section. In fact, here's a list of every video game nominated for a Grammy before 2023. And here's the list of those that won a Grammy. Do I agree with this? No, but this is the world that we live in. Video game music will only continue to get better as time goes on. You know what? I really don't like calling it video game music. It's just music. Video game isn't a genre of music, it's just where it comes from. There's soundtracks from games, but even when talking about a movie soundtrack, we talk about them as rock music or jazz music, not movie. It's important that we remember that music and video games are much more than that. There are elements that help build the world that the game takes place in. I encourage you to seek out and go listen to some music from video games. Even if you haven't listened to any in the past or don't play many video games, just take a few minutes to listen to some. Personally, I'd recommend the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack from any of the games. God of War from 2018. A Short Hike. Rayman Legends, and any of the games that I mentioned within this video. Rather than thinking about the game itself, try to focus on the way the music is stylized. Every game has a unique style with their music that makes it memorable. Music can be crucial in storytelling. From understanding how the characters feel to keeping us motivated, it's exciting to see where music has come from and to see where it'll go. Music can make us feel nostalgic, happy, nervous, empowered, and I think that's the power of music. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video, and as always, chase the chaos.